All right. First off, thank you for electing me and allowing me to be your all's president. The first thing I'd like to do is to recognize a few people. So as I call this category, would you please stand and remain standing until I've finished? Would all the past KyANA presidents please stand? All right, first I want to thank you all. Without your volunteer service to our organization, we would not have the strong, no, you stay standing. We would not have the strong state association that we've got today. It's an organization that is one of the best, It's one of the best in the nation. I talk with people all the time who talk about how great the Kentucky Association is. We are great because of the people that we have had here at the helm who have led us to this spot. It's nice to be a state that's noticed, the one that people compliment and the one that they strive to be alike. So I applaud you all for this. Thank you, and stay standing. Okay. If you have ever served as the KyANA Vice President, Secretary Treasurer, or Federal Political Director, please stand, and you may already be standing. Anyone who has been the State Reimbursement Specialist, State AANA Foundation Advocate, or committee chairs, and if you've served on an AA or KyANA committee. All right. I want you all to look around this room at these people. I want to thank every one of you all for giving your time to serve our organization. You are the ones that are helping do the big and the small things that have to be done. These are things that have to be done in order to keep our profession strong, thriving, and moving forward. Without you, we don't have any advocates, we don't have any doers, we don't have any leaders. So without you, we are nothing. So I applaud you and I thank you. And now you can be seated. All right, I have always told CRNAs and students everywhere that to do your part, you've got to support your profession and your professional organization at some point. I do always like to clarify that and say it doesn't mean you have to support it 100% all of the time. I get that. We all have families, we all have lives, and we all have things to do, and we just simply can't do that, and we shouldn't do it 100% the entire time. But what it does mean is at some point in your career, you owe it to your profession and you owe it to the organization to give it 100% for wholeheartedly for that period of time, whatever that period of time happens to be. You have to do your part to advocate for your profession, to keep your state strong, while also protecting our profession that we've all chosen for whatever length of time that you're able to do it. So I know those of you who are standing, you all have already practiced that. I know that, and you continue to do that and will continue to do that, and I thank you for it. Those of you who weren't standing, you were sitting, that's okay. Maybe it's not your time yet. It's not your time yet to be involved. I get that. But you may be able to give 100% later. You also may find yourself in a spot that even though you can't give 100% right now, you might be able to give me a little bit of percent to kind of start to be back involved. So I want to give you some examples of things you can do. Sometimes it's very, very easy. All you have to do is sign a letter. Contact your legislator when we send out the emails and ask you to do that. It's not a whole lot. It's very easy to sign your name and send it off. So at other times in your life, you might find yourself in a spot where you're able to do more and to give back a little bit more. So you might want to join a committee that we've all been talking and reminding you about. I'm just going to kind of give you things that might be of your interest, and I know we've talked about them a little bit, but I kind of like to give my take on them. Government relations, if that's your interest, one of the things we're always looking for are people who want to be key contacts or giving us information or developing those relationships. If nothing else, coming to annual legislative day so that we've got the extra bodies there. Legislators always like to see the people who are from their district. You know, I can be there, but if I'm not in their district, I'm not voting for them. They don't really care as much. So public relations may be of your interest. And as Donna said, we've been doing a lot of things with that. We do the KET telethon. We're going to have the Daniels Day or Meet Your Neighbor Day. Just as an FYI, KyANA, some fellow members, so it didn't come out of our funds, but fellow members have volunteered donations to support the KET first aid booth. So we're paying for that. And it's being advertised on the KET website. So if you go to the Google Meet Your Neighbor, KET, you're going to see our little logo down there. So we're getting some good PR out of that too. Plus, we'll be volunteering. And if you can't come and volunteer and you've got little kids, bring it. They have like 2,000 people that come. So it's a good event. So if you're interested in doing social media and you like that, they are looking for people to help with that. Even if you don't know how to do it, we're willing to train you and get you there. Wellness. If that's kind of what's up your alley and you like doing that, we're always looking for people to help with that. You got to always remember, if you don't take care of the caregiver can't take care of anyone else. So if you want to be a part of that team. You may also want to be part of the program committee. If education's your passion, then that's probably the area you need to go to. That way you can have some input and put your creative passions into helping us bring about these types of programs and have your input there. So I personally find serving on committees is a great way to advocate. You're going to make connections with other CRNAs who have like-minded interest, the things that you like to do. It also spawns creative ideas. It promotes your profession, it helps your career, and it gains you new life and leadership skills. These same skills can be applied to your workplace. It can also be applied to your family, which is kind of really nice. You learn to be, we're good leaders in the OR to begin with, but you gain additional leadership skills, so it's good. And it may also lead you for some future possible leadership opportunities. So I always say very few people are born leaders, and I've told several people that today already. But the nice thing about it is leadership can be learned. We are really good about mentoring people into positions. We don't expect to, have you come here and just go. You'll be fine. No, we don't do that. We mentor everyone into these spots. So we're always looking for chairs, co-chairs, and people to move up the pipeline. So as the chair has learned their stuff and they're ready to move on to the next spot, someone else has already had the opportunity to learn things and be mentored. So it works out very well. Each leader that we have in KyANA, every one of us, we stand on the shoulders of the people from before us. Those who helped lift them up, they're the ones who help get our organization where we're at. We're able to go to greater heights because of the people who are ahead of us, those who mentored us where we're at. It also helps us to be vigilant against those who are trying to downplay our strengths. It helps us take control of our profession so that we are able to practice to the full scope of our ability and to the full scope of our practice, compared to those who are trying to sometimes limit us and not allow us to do that. So let's see, if you don't want to serve on a committee, one of the other things we'll always take, PAC. We'll always take your money. That is a great way to still give back to your organization. And I've had people tell me, I don't like PACs, and I'm sure Marvin has heard this quite a few times. I don't like them. It's just buying votes. And I'm not sure who said it. It may have been Marvin. But what it does is not necessarily buy votes. That's not the purpose of a PAC. What a PAC does is it gets us there. A well-coffered PAC gains us their ear so that we can purchase a ticket to attend a function or fundraiser and actually have one-on-one conversations with people. It's amazing how much they're willing to listen to you when you're there, and they've got a captive audience and they can't really get away from you. So you get to tell them all about what CRNAs are and what we do. We educate them. We let them know if there's any particular legislation or things that are affecting us positively or negatively. So that's where we're at. I hope you will consider joining some of our committees. Like I said, you don't have to give a lot at this point in time. If you're at that point and you want to give 100%, a whole lot, by all means, we will find you spots, but everything else, sign up for a committee at least. So now that I've hopefully inspired you a little bit, I want to tell you some of the things that we're going to be doing this next year. First, watch out for our new website. It's going to be revamped, so we're quite excited about that. It's going to be a modern, vibrant, very up-to-date website. It's going to allow us to, when you have your meeting registration now and you had your PAC, you had to go to 2 separate things. This is all going to be together, which is very nice for you, but it's also nice for us. It keeps it in one spot. But it's just going to allow us to have a few more bells and whistles, and it's going to look kind of fun. So in case you didn't know, the website also has a CE store. So when you get your core modules that are included, if you purchase the full package for the program, so you'll have that. That's where you go to get it. If for some reason you didn't purchase the full thing, but you need the core modules, maybe not yet, but later on in the future, you can actually get a 20% discount off at our CE store, so you can find it there. You've also, as we know, we're doing all the live streaming. A lot of our lectures are going to be listed there. The meeting, from the spring meeting, the lectures that we did, a good portion of those will be on our website to be reviewed and purchased as CEs or reviewed again if you had them ahead of time. It's been a little delay. It takes a little bit to edit and get the CE credit, but they will be there. And then the lectures from this weekend's meetings will be there when we're able to, hopefully in a couple of months. So I think that's it. So I want to thank you all. I'm hoping, I'm looking forward actually to maintaining what we've got, hoping it grows a little bit more and that I'm able to continue what the past leaders have done. I want to make it as strong as possible. So continue that path and continue to meet the needs of our members. Okay? So